everyone. My name is Joe Daraskovich. I work for the Duval County Medical Society Foundation as the Outreach Program Manager. And today I'm here to talk about life after residency and fellowship. It's coming up. Today is January 9th, Thursday, January 9th. This is going to be January 18th. So it's a week from this Saturday. It's at the Aloft Hotel right there at the corner of Southside Boulevard and Gate Parkway. And really, it's just a chance for residents and fellows to ask questions of industry experts and physicians, longtime physicians. We're going to have Chief Medical Officer of Ascension St. Vincent's, Dr. Mario Polito. We're going to have a variety of other doctors who can kind of answer your direct questions during our roundtable segment. We're going to start the morning off with some kind of lectures, but they're going to be very brief because we think the roundtables are going to be the most beneficial part of this event. So a couple housekeeping items before we get into the nuts and bolts. Last time we talked about this coffee competition where the residency program with the most attendees gets a free premium coffee event at their hospital the day of their choice. Right now, as of Thursday morning, it's pretty neck and neck. UF has the most signed up right now, followed right behind by Mayo, and then Ascension's behind them. So Orange Park and Navy, they're bringing up the rear, but they're small but mighty, and they're still in the race. So the hospital system with the most attendees gets a free premium coffee event on the day of their choice. We have another really great thing where, due to the 1853 Founders Club, which is a new thing from the DCMS, where DCMS members donate money that can be used for free tickets for residents. We just launched that in December, and we've gotten so much enthusiasm around it that we have enough money that we're going to be giving out free tickets to the players at this event. So if you go to Life After Residency and Fellowship, we're going to be giving out 25 free tickets to the players. So we're going to do a raffle. It's not going to be first come, first serve. It's going to be during the social hour. We're going to pull names out of a hat, and you're going to walk away with some free tickets to the players. So that's kind of a nice incentive to come. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is the residence committee, the DCMS residence committee. They're the ones that put on this event. They're going to be holding an after party afterwards. So this event goes from 9:30 to 2, and then starting at 2 o'clock, we're going to just migrate over to the Mellow Mushroom in the Tinseltown area, and we're just going to have some drinks, have some pizzas, but it's going to be a real, just a casual environment to get together. So we had teased that we're going to have that after party, but we hadn't said the location yet. It is the Mellow Mushroom in Tinseltown. We're going to be on that outside patio. It's going to be a great time, and everyone's invited. It's family friendly, so if your family wants to come and meet up with you, if some fellow residents that can't make it to Life After Residency want to come, they're obviously invited to have that social element. But we're going to be giving drink tickets to the attendees at Life After Residency, so those attendees can go and have a few drinks on the DCMS. So anyway, moving on, I'm joined today by Zach Cohen. He's joined me for the previous two videos to promote Life After Residency. Before we get into anything else, I'm going to let Zach introduce himself for everyone.
Appreciate it, Joe. Zach Cohen, so owner of Cohen Wealth Advisory, local independent financial planning firm serving doctors anywhere from risk management, helping them with their insurance planning, debt management, what should they be doing with all the outstanding student loans, and wealth management. I live in the markets, investing money, trying to find opportunities for my clients. So yeah. Did we get rid of LARF? I didn't hear you say LARF. Aren't we still going with LARF?
I knew you were going to bring that up, and I've been typing LARF more than anything else. If you check my my keyboard history, it's LARF this, LARF that. You're right. We're going with it. Life After Residency and Fellowship. We call it LARF. So I'm sure anyone around the hospitals, if you're at Mayo or if you're at UF or you're at Ascension or any of the other residency programs, you've been hearing just there's a lot of buzz in the hallways. LARF this, LARF that. But yeah, we're going with that, Zach. Life After Residency and Fellowship.
It sounds like a new crypto coin that's just been put out there, the new LARF coin.
I like that, Zach. I think we're gonna talk crypto in a minute. So let's jump right in. Last time I put on my my residence hat and asked you some questions. So we're gonna do that again this time. And basically the format, as I mentioned it earlier, We're going to come in, everyone's going to kind of gather and sit down at tables, and we're going to have some brief lectures from people like Zach, and some other people from real estate and from contract negotiations and things like that. But then the second half of the morning and into the afternoon, we're going to have roundtable discussions where get three or four people get to ask direct questions to the people like Zach. So we're going to do that again today. I'm Joe Daraskovich. I am not a trained physician by any means, but I'm going to pretend like I am one today. So Zach, here I am. We're sitting there at LARF next week, and I've got some questions that have just been on the top of my mind. Let's jump right in. Student loans. Myself as a resident, as someone who's going to be making some money in the near future, making better money than I am right now. What do I need to know about student loans? I've been reading some things that are some changes that might be coming. What's happening right now? What do I need to be aware of?
There's a lot of things up in the air with student loans. A year ago, year and a half ago, they had the Save plan, which I was recommending to a lot of the resident clients of mine, just because of the interest incentives for the plan. Biden wasn't getting the loan forgiveness that he was hoping for, so he introduced this income-driven repayment plan called Save. Where residents that are on low salaries had a very low monthly payment, but any interest that would have accrued that year would have just been waived. And so it was a sweet plan, but unfortunately, it's being appealed right now. And the Trump administration is not for these types of plans. And I can see that plan really be thrown in the trash. So people that had enrolled in SAVE are in a administration forbearance where there's no interest accruing. And I know for some people they receive some letters saying that the interest would be accruing, but I think those letters were a mistake. They are still in administrative forbearance where there's no interest accruing, and we're kind of just waiting to see what happens as the new administration steps in and what policies they're going to put forth. But for people that are looking for public student loan forgiveness, should they be switching to another plan? There's two income-driven repayment plans now, like income contingent repayment. And the pay as you earn plan that could be considered. But I'm kind of just waiting to see how things play out with the new administration, what gets pushed through, and what opportunities there may be. Um, where my head's at, without going down a rabbit hole and saving this for LARF, is that I am expecting Trump to lower interest rates further. I think Trump wants to see lower rates, and he has been a advocate for private institutions, student loan institutions. So there could be opportunity there from a refinance standpoint in the future down the road. But everything's kind of up in the air, and we're waiting to see how things play out right now.
Well, and Zach, this is a great role play right now because I didn't have this question before your answer just now, but you brought up those letters. So people, I have not received any of those letters, but people are getting letters in the mail that look official and they might be a little unofficial, or what are those about?
I think that there's just a lot of turmoil right now in the federal student loan system. And so the last that I was reading is that those letters were a mistake. They shouldn't have been sent out. But what people should do is they should contact their loan servicer and just confirm, I received this letter. Is this accurate? I don't believe it is, but I think it's a good idea to just get on the phone if you are receiving those letters to confirm that there is no interest accruing if you had enrolled in the SAVE plan and you were under the impression you were in this administrative forbearance where no interest would be accruing.
Wow, that's great. And so, like we said, LARF is next weekend, and a lot can happen between now and then. But then after LARF, a lot's going to happen. So obviously, this is going to be a chance for people to share contact information with Zach and kind of keep up with him as things kind of unfold. So moving on, we'll talk more about that at LARF. But I want to talk about the market a little bit. And we talked about the market last time a little bit, but we didn't mention anything about crypto. Do you want to jump in and talk about those two things, just the market in general, and maybe touch on some crypto?
Boy, fart coin has been out of control lately. I've been watching the market. There's days when fart coin is up like 40%. And honestly, my opinion about crypto, I I look at, from a dollar perspective, what's going on with the US dollar and what's going to happen when the new administration comes in. Trump has adamantly been talking about a weaker dollar, and if that's the case, if we see the dollar start dropping in value, I think that you're going to see a lot of investors start to move away from the dollar as a safe haven and look for other monetary hedges, gold, silver, and I include crypto in that. Now, crypto is extremely volatile. And I think when you see coins like Fartcoin going up 40% in a day, you have to think there's a lot of leverage in the system right now, and maybe some of that leverage needs to be cleaned out. So since December, we've seen the market, consolidate, and it's dropped around 5%. And there's a lot of volatility right now. I think we're seeing some of that leverage being cleaned up right now. We could see some more downside in markets, but ultimately, for young doctors that are attending LARF, I see it as potential opportunity depending on where they're looking in these markets moving forward. But yeah, I do like Bitcoin. I see a lot of volatility near term in that market as things get shaken up a little bit.
Excellent. And it's just nice to know that you're on top of the crypto. Obviously we talked in the past that you're watching gold prices and you're watching the dollar, but that's nice that these residents going to be able to pick your brain about crypto and about the volatile circumstances. Kind of on a similar note, my last question for you today is in regards to investing. Obviously, as a resident, I want to invest. I want to be smart with my money. What are your thoughts in general on investing, and for the resident community, what are your thoughts?
So for young investors, I think it's a good time to get started as soon as possible. But with that in mind, I think that there's a pool to put money into the market right now with the euphoria that I see, and what's most important for young professionals, young doctors. Is to get their foundation in place. Make sure they have an emergency fund on the sideline. They have access to cash. That's first and foremost, and then start taking advantage of maybe a match through whatever 403b with that institution that you're working at currently. But make sure that you have some cash on the sidelines and you have that foundation in place before you really start worrying about taking risk in the market. But yeah, I like for young professionals to get started as soon as possible. Um, but be patient. There's been a lot of euphoria, and I think that there's opportunity, and that that market kind of shaken out a little bit, and that could be a good opportunity for young professionals like us.
When you talk about emergency funds, I mean, how much is that? Are we talking, you get a flat tire, you want to be able to put some new tires on your car? Are you talking your house burns down? What does an emergency fund kind of look like?
I think everyone just should take a step back and look at their cash flow each month and what their fixed obligations are. Conservatively speaking, I think everyone should have at least 3 months of their fixed obligations set aside in a high yield savings account that's just sitting there. God forbid anything were to happen.
Excellent. Well, Zach, that's all I have for you today. This is our final video. It's a little emotional that we're not going to be recording these anymore. I mean, we may record other videos down the road about other things, but it's been a joy, and I'm really looking forward to LARF, Life After Residency and Fellowship. And just one more thing, we are accepting RSVPs up until the 17th. So if you're watching this video, you say, hey, this is coming up on the 18th. I don't know if I have time to sign up. We have to get a head count to the venue at A Loft Hotel, which, by the way, it's going to be fun. It's a good spot. Did a site visit about a month ago, and it was it's great. You guys are going to really enjoy it. But yeah, you're free to sign up until the 17th, and then, like I said, we're gonna do the coffee contest where the hospital system with the most residents, fellows, or medical students at LARF will get a free premium coffee event. And then we've got 25 tickets to the Players Championship to give out. So we're gonna just draw the names out of a
Sweet.
hat. Yeah, any golf fan, anybody who's been in Jacksonville I mean, Zach, you've been to the Players before, right?
No, I'm embarrassed to say I've been in Jacksonville for about 15 years, and I have not gone to the Players yet. And
Okay, well,
I'm
I'm
an
gonna be
avid
personally
golfer.
taking Zach to the Players. No, it's really fun, and it's Zach's a golfer, I'm a golfer, and it sounds, if you're not from the area, the players is it's not your typical golf tournament. It's obviously a lot of fun. It's they have the 17th Island Green. People just sit up there on the hill and just hope for people to hit it in the water over and over. But it's a gorgeous course right there in Ponte Vedra Beach. And even if you're not a golf fan, it's fun to put on a nice outfit and go enjoy the weather and just enjoy the occasion. But the reason we're able to give those 25 tickets out is because of the 1853 Founders Club, and that's just a great way. We're trying to give back to the DCMS Foundation is trying to give back to the residents and the medical students and the fellows to kind of say, hey, we know you don't have that much, income to just kind of splash around. So we're trying to use that money to send people to golf tournaments and Iceman hockey games and Jumbo Shrimp baseball games and things like that. So look for more from the 1853 Founders Club. But as a kind of a side note, a sidebar, we're going to be sending 25 people to the players that come to LARF. So any last thoughts, Zach, before we say our goodbye?
No, I'm looking forward to LARF, and hopefully, everyone can take some time out of their weekend to join us, because I think it's going to be an informative event. Sounds like you got some good sponsors lined up and just good people, which is most important, so everyone can connect. So, yeah, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, and like Zach said, it's a mix of sponsored speakers and just general physicians from the community. So in the registration page, we have all that for you. So yeah, sign up, and we'll see everybody there on January 18th at Aloft Hotel, right there at Southside and Gate Parkway. Zach, once again, thanks for joining me, and we'll see everybody at Life After Residency and Fellowship.
Appreciate it, Joe. Take care, man.